Okay, this is a tutorial on how to factorize, okay? So the first thing we learned was how to expand, and now factorizing is like the opposite of expanding, okay? So what you see here are two expressions. Now remember, expressions don't have an equal sign, and you can just simplify it, okay? So what I'm going to do with both of these expressions, I am going to expand it, okay? And then after we expand it, we're going to factorize it to see if we can go back to the original terms, okay? So remember, expanding means you just, okay, distribute the outside term or the factor to the terms inside the bracket. So we have 3 times y, which gives you 3y, and then 3 times positive 4, remember the sign, gives you 12, positive 12. So let's put this together, 3y plus 12. So this is the expanded, okay, the expanded expression, okay? Now, how do we get back to the original one? You need to factorize, okay? So let's do that. Let's use the method you use to get the highest common factor, which is the ladder method, okay? So first, look at the coefficient or the constant. In other words, just look at the number itself, okay? So you can see here there are two numbers, okay? Now, do they have a common factor? Yes. The common factor of 3 and 12 is 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. So you end up with 1y. 12, positive 12 divided by 3 is 4. So you have positive 4. Now we know if the coefficient is 1, you actually don't need to write it anymore, okay? And then how do we put this together? This is the common factor, and the remainders, okay, go into the bracket. OMG, look at that. They're the same, see? After we factorized it, 3 bracket times bracket y plus 4, which is the same as the original expression 3 bracket y plus 4, okay? So let's do the same thing with this one. Let's expand it, okay? y minus 8. So this becomes y times y, which is y squared. And this is y times negative 8, which is minus 8y. Put it together, we have y squared minus 8y. Now, let us factorize. Okay? Now, look at this time. In this, we had two actual numbers, the constant 12 and the coefficient 3. But here, okay, the coefficient is 1, and that means 1 will just be the common factor of 1 and negative 8. So you don't have to do that. It's simplified already. But you can see that we have a common variable. So we can use that as the common factor, okay? This one has y, this has y as well. So let's put out the y. So y squared divided by y, now remember index rule number 2, okay? Y squared divided by y, what do you do with the index? You subtract it. So that's y to the 2 minus 1, which gives you just y. Okay? And then y, what do we do with the coefficient? Okay, since we're not simplifying it, we just bring down the coefficient, minus 8. And then let's simplify this variable. Y divided by y is equal to 1. Okay, because, see, y divided by y, remember the invisible index is y equals 1 minus 1, which is y equal to 0. Okay, y to the 0 power, and we know that any variable or number raised to the 0 power is 1. So this is really like negative 8 times 1, which is just 8, because anything multiplied by 1 is itself identity property. Okay, so let's put this together. This now is your common factor, y. Okay, so that goes here, and this ones, okay, are the remaining terms, which go into the bracket, y minus 8. OMG, there you go again, see? Our factorized, okay, which is the same as the original expression, okay? So let's do another example. Wow, more terms. Is it going to be hard? Not really, okay? Always do the same thing. Look for the common factors, okay? So let's use the ladder method. Again, let's start with, okay, the numbers first, the coefficients and the constant, okay? So you have 3, negative 12, and 9. Can you simplify it? What is the common factor? Okay, 3. So 3 divided by 3, remember, we are dividing, okay, is 1. So this becomes 1, and then you just bring down the variable, okay? And then negative 12 divided by 3 is negative 4, and then just bring down the variable, okay? And the last one, okay, positive 9 divided by negative 3 is positive 3, okay? Now, can we still simplify it? I see a variable x, but it is only in the first and the second terms. There is no x at the end. The last term is just a coefficient. So you cannot use x as a common factor. Okay? If there was an x here, yes, but there's no x there. And remember, common factors need to be common to all the terms. Okay? This has an x squared, this has an x, but this is a constant. It has no variable. Okay? So what is the factorized form? It's going to be, okay, remember, this is the common factor, 3 and x squared minus 4x plus 3. Okay? Because why did I write 1? Because if the coefficient is 1, you don't need to write. Now, the beauty of this, after you factorize, you can check if your answer is correct. How? By expanding. Okay? So you need to expand this to see if your answer is correct. If you expand it, it needs to be the same as this. Okay? So let's see if we are correct. So this is 3 times x squared. Okay? And then 3 times negative 4x, and then 3 times positive 3. So this becomes 3x squared minus 12x plus 9. Put it together, 3x squared minus 12x plus 9, which is exactly the same as this. So if you get that, that means this is correct. Okay? So the last one, ooh, look at that. More variables. But don't be scared. We're doing the same thing, the same process. So let's start. Okay? Let's do the ladder. So start with the numbers, the coefficient and constants. Okay? So what is a common factor of 5 and 10? 5. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. Then I just bring down the a squared, b to the third, and c. Okay, and then what is a common factor of 10? Okay, positive 10 divided by 5 is positive 2. Okay, so that's positive 2. And then just bring down the variables a, b, c. Now, are we done? Not yet, because see, look at that. There is the variable a, and there is a over there as well, so we can continue. So another common factor is the variable a. So a squared divided by a is a. Okay, so we have 1a, and then just bring down the other, and then a divided by a. Okay, a divided by a is 1. So we just put down there so that you can see that we really did divide it, okay? And then just bring down b and c. Are we done? Not yet. Look at that. There is b and there is b. So let's continue. Okay, b. So b to the third divided by b is, so let's just bring this down, b squared. And the c, continue on. So we have 2 times 1. b divided by b is another 1. And then just bring down the c. Are we done? Not yet. Why? Because we still have, okay, the variable c, which is a common factor to both terms. Okay, so let's continue. So divided by c. So c divided by c is 1. So you have 1ab squared times 1 plus, let's just bring this down, c divided by c is 1. Okay, so are there any other common factors? No, because 1, you multiply 1, everything is just itself. So let's simplify this. Okay, so you have 1 times ab squared 1 is just ab squared plus 2 times 1 times 1 times 1 is just 2. Okay, and let's put this together. What are the common factors? These are all the common factors. Okay, so that goes outside the bracket. So this would be 5, okay, 5abc, and then times ab squared plus 2. Okay, this one, which is this simplified. Okay, this was simplified to this. Now, is our answer correct? Let's check. So let me just resize this so we have more space. Okay, put that over there. So how do we check if our answer is correct? We we expand, okay? We expand this. Okay, so let's expand. So this becomes 5abc times ab squared, and then 5abc times positive 2. See what I did? I just distributed this to the first term and distributed this to the second term. So what do we have? We have 5. A times a is a squared. B times b squared is b to the third, and c. And this one is 2 times 5, which is 10abc. Put it together, we have 5, which is positive 10abc. 5a squared b to the third c plus 10abc, which is exactly the same as this one. See? 5a squared b to the third c, 5a squared b to the third c, plus 10abc plus 10abc. So this means that your factorizing was correct. Okay? Now, let's look at this one. So this was the answer that we got here. See? 5abc bracket ab squared plus 2. 5abc bracket ab squared plus 2. Now, look at this. This one is a different one. What's missing? This does not have the c. So are we going to have the same answer? Let's check. Okay? So again, we start with the coefficient. So common term would be 5. So this would be a squared b to the third c plus 2ab. Okay? Again, we know a common factor is a. So a squared divided by a is a. So we just continue. And a divided by a is 1. Okay? And then we know that we have another common factor, which is b. So this becomes a b squared c plus 2 times 1. B divided by b is 1. Okay? Now, can we use c as a common factor? No, because only the first term has c. This one has no c in it, not like this. This has c, this has no c. So this time, we cannot use c as a common factor. This is it, okay? So let's put it together. Now remember, these are the common factors of, okay, of these two terms, okay, 5ab. So this goes outside the bracket, 5ab times ab squared c plus 2 times 1 times 1, 2. Okay? Now, how do we know it's correct? Again, to figure out if you did the correct thing, you need to expand. Okay? So this becomes 5ab times ab squared c and 5ab times positive 2. So this becomes 5a squared b to the third c, and this is positive 10ab. Put it together, we have 5a squared b to the third c plus 10ab. Okay? Oops. 10ab. Did we do it right? Did we get the same thing? Yes. 5a squared b to the third c, 5a squared b to the third c, plus 10ab, plus 10ab. Okay, so you have to be very careful. This works like when we get the highest common factor. Okay, the factors, the common factors need to be common factors of all the terms. Okay, so I hope this helps you. Remember, math is fun. It's not hard. Just practice. Okay, strive for accuracy and practice, practice, practice. Okay.